I just crashed this party, this little wedding event here. I guess not wedding event. This is a bridal shower.
I guess you're right, yeah.
Or is it a bachelorette party? Bachelorette party, probably.
Yeah.
Bridal.
It's 2 weeks away, so.
So it's everything.
Yeah.
This is the big shebang. And I literally just walked in this room and I'm like, hey, who wants to talk to me?
Why not?
I know, exactly right. What else do we have to do tonight? So tell me your name.
My name is Jackie.
Jackie. So this is Miss Jackie. Jackie is getting married in 2 weeks. And so I'm just going to ask her a few questions about, we actually already talked about all this stuff, but now we're going to talk about it
on camera.
On camera.
Yeah.
With the microphone.
And we reel.
Yeah. Yes, Rhonda on the Reel. That's why it's my name.
That's right.
So anyhow, so tell me, you kind of already mentioned that you met your fiance a couple years ago, right? 3 years ago. Because you guys have been dating for 2 years.
Yes.
So tell me about that again. Explain that to me.
That moment?
No. Tell me about 3 years ago. So you have been married before.
Yes.
And if you don't want to say something, just, I don't know.
I'm an open book.
Yeah, I was going to say, you already said you're open. So I was like, yeah, she's good. I'm gonna go with that. So you were married before. How long were you married before?
19 years.
19 years. So you got married really young.
No, I'm old.
She's not that old. She made references that I understand really well, which I hate when people say they're old and I'm like, wait a second. You're not that old. You're not old at all. So you were married for 19 years. Mm-hmm. And then divorced. How long were you divorced before you met him?
Well, I was divorced. I don't think that the divorce was final, actually, when we met, because...
and neither was his, though.
No. Yeah.
Right.
We met at a going away party for a mutual friend.
Okay.
They worked at the same business. And, yeah, it was just hello and not even a conversation.
Right. Neither one of you were emotionally available at that time.
Yeah, we didn't really talk to each other. Yeah. We weren't interested in each other.
It wasn't on your radar at all.
No. In fact...
Does he know that before this video?
Yeah, so we were out and he ended up giving my friend and I a ride to her car.
Okay.
And so he's a nice guy,
right,
but not my type,
right,
at all.
So he's the ones that get you.
Yeah, and no,
Sneak
I was
attack.
getting ready to leave the country, so I wasn't looking to start anything, and he, I wasn't attracted to him, and so
we'll edit that part out later. She just said you weren't her type. It's
no,
okay.
No,
she was very attracted to you.
No, I wasn't. I was like. We got in our car and I said, is he seeing anyone? He's a nice guy. Is he seeing anyone? She's like, no, he just told me that he's separating from his wife. And I'm like, oh, good. I don't want him to like me.
She's already like,
so arrogant.
I feel like he already loves me.
Right?
I kind of feel bad for him because I'm not attracted to him.
I better not talk to him in the car, because what if he thinks if I'm interested and I'm not?
You have to be careful. You don't want people getting the wrong idea.
You don't want to send the wrong vibes.
You do not.
No. So that was it. It was a car ride, and I don't think we spoke to each other, but yeah, I just want to make sure that he didn't get an idea about this could possibly happen.
This isn't happening, my friend.
No. Yeah, so that was the first time we met.
So then you moved to Mexico.
I did. I moved to Mexico for 6 months.
Which is, what did you do in Mexico?
I taught English and I healed.
Oh.
Yeah. Spent some time with God and it was good.
So you mean you personally emotionally healed?
Yeah.
I thought you meant you were healing other people.
No, just myself.
I was like,
I didn't have the power to do that.
Okay.
I need that.
Yeah, I was like,
I needed that.
You were in Mexico and just kind of working on yourself.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we actually kind of talked about this. You really can't move forward until you're there. I feel like I know a lot of people who jump right from one relationship right into the next because they just can't stand the idea of being alone.
Right.
And that's so foreign to me. I remember after I separated from my husband, I was alone for 8 months. Like I couldn't even imagine having to be with anybody. Like it was just so exhausting to just have ended that relationship because I was with him for years, 14, 15 years. And that's exhausting to end a relationship like that.
I think I was searching for what I was lacking in that relationship for so long that I wanted, that companionship because I wasn't getting that.
Right.
And so it was probably different for me than other people. It was just not a good situation.
Yeah. So you just were ready to like not be with anybody for a while, but then you came back.
Yeah.
And you came back to Arizona.
I did, yes.
And you said you got a great job.
Eventually.
Yeah. Not right away.
No, not right away.
So then how did you run into him again?
So my friend was working at this company and she had moved on, and at her going away party was where we had met. Mm-hmm. And I was on, social media, and I saw that company had posted for a position that I could do.
Okay.
And I said, oh my gosh, they're hiring. What do you think? And she's like, yeah, you should go for it. And so I applied and I got hired. And on my first day, the HR lady was taking me around and introducing me to everyone in the office. And we came up to his desk, and I'm like, I think I know you. I hadn't really thought about it before because
you were out of sight. You had so much other emotional stuff going on.
I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
And so, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's cool that I already know somebody. So
yeah. So then you felt like already kind of a connection to him because you'd met him before. You knew some of the same people.
Yeah.
And so just kind of developed from there.
Well, things happen.
Yeah.
They asked if I wanted to join the soccer team, and I don't play soccer, but I like to be outdoors. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. He happened to be on the soccer team, and so soccer night came, and I'm like, well, the game isn't for 2 hours. What do we do?
Drink?
Are we going to go get a drink?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we can do that. And I'm like, oh, that didn't come out right. I wasn't asking if you and I wanted
Again,
to
I don't want you to get the wrong impression about me. Like,
yeah, I was trying so hard to put up these boundaries.
Right.
And so, we went out and had one drink and just talked the whole time. And it was easy, and I didn't think anything of it because...
Right. Because you weren't even...
I wasn't interested.
In that mindset of it.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, silly things happened. He got a flat tire.
Right.
And I helped him change it, reading the manual while he's sweating. And then I took him to get the tire, switched out. I'm like, you can take my car if you want. He's like, really? And I said, yeah, I don't care, whatever. So
just kind of all these little things that kept connecting you guys.
There were things that kept throwing us together, even though I'm putting up these walls. What the heck is happening?
Somebody was trying to chisel away at them.
Mm-hmm. Somebody
something
new. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a really fun story. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So then you guys have been together 2 years now, and you have at least a daughter.
I do.
Kids.
I have a daughter. She'll be 21 in July. Mm-hmm. And when I got back, I started dating and attracting a very young man.
Yeah, the young ones come around quick.
Yeah. And after a while, I just realized that is a dead end for me. That is not what I want.
It does become a dead end pretty quickly, yeah.
And someone had challenged me to make a list of the characteristics that I was looking for, and I did that. And after, some attempts, I just started to pray for some different things besides these characteristics. And one of those things was someone that had children, because I was dating younger men that didn't have children.
It becomes very difficult.
Yeah, I didn't want to be put in
because they
that
don't
situation.
understand, and they're like, can't we just go do this? And you're like, I have other responsibilities.
But what if they want to have children in the future and I'm not there? So I changed, my thinking and what I thought I wanted changed.
Yeah.
And he has children.
Oh, good.
My daughter will be 21. His daughter will be 13, and his son will be 6.
Okay, so you're marrying into younger kids. That's the work. That's hard. Are you nervous about that or not really? Because it's been a couple years.
No, I love it. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry.
Oh, it's hard. That's a lot. That's a lot to do. That's like a big. When they're that young, you're still responsible for their emotional growth, and so you got to be there for them too.
I get to be a part of this.
Yeah, that's hard. I would struggle with that. I mean, as having young kids, it's a big reason I don't want to date is because it's a big deal to like be involved with somebody's children
and introduce them to them.
I'm very like weirded out when people like I've known plenty of women who are like they'll introduce people to their kids, and I'm like I just feel like it's too much. Like I would never introduce somebody who I wasn't real serious about because I think it's so important.
It is.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my kids to meet somebody coming in and out. I don't know. I just don't like that. I just think it's really important for their emotional growth to have somebody stable and
stability. Yes.
Yeah. So what does your daughter think of that? These kids?
It was hard for her at first. Yeah. I told.
Is she the only child? Mm-hmm. Okay, so she's always been the only kid, and so now you're going to be separating your time with.
Yeah, she's away at college, but we travel at least once a year together. And this year, we got to really get serious about the situation and what was going to be happening because I knew. And she shared with me that in the beginning, it made her mad.
Yeah.
So.
Because she's always been your only.
I think some things in the relationship she blamed me for, which I was surprised to hear.
Yeah.
And that there were times when she felt like I wasn't there for her when I should have been, and now I'm there
as a parent.
For someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard.
So she was feeling maybe like a little jealous that now you're there for somebody.
Yeah.
That's growing up, and that should have been what you did for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because I did a lot. I mean, I did.
You probably were there for her, and she probably just.
I did a lot for her, but I think, when she has her own children, she might see the situation a little bit differently than she does now, but.
Probably.
In the moment, you do the best that you can.
Yes.
And that's the way it goes.
There's plenty of times, I'm sure, as parents, we all look back and like, what did I just say to my child? Like, I have those moments all the time. I yelled at my kids real bad one night, and then the next day, I'm sorry I yelled at you guys. I'm tired. That's not an excuse. That blah blah blah, whatever. Then later that night, after dinner, I just started getting antsy. Like, we have to get to bed, and I started like. Getting a little elevated, and my son is like, okay, everybody go to bed before mom has to apologize to us again. I mean, we do what we can. Like, we're not perfect. We all have our moments, and hopefully the kids all can have a good relationship. And
yes, so this we're getting married in Mexico, and this will be the first time that they've spent time together because she's away.
Yeah, she's doing her thing,
and so I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, that will be fun. It'll be fun to see. Maybe she'll take around him. Maybe it's like a sister type role. You think? Maybe. Hard to say.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So, everybody, have you moved in with him yet?
Yeah, we have been living together for the last year. We actually moved at the very beginning of COVID, and I was in my apartment and he was in his, and it was like 2 weeks before the move, and he said, I don't know what's going to happen. We had heard that there might be lockdown situation in the beginning, he's like, you just need to move in with me because I don't want us to be apart.
Aw.
And so, yeah, we've been living together for a year now.
Nice. So you figured out which way the toilet paper goes over the roll, under or over?
Yeah, we're figuring it out. That's not important to me, so yeah, I'm letting that one go.
That's not a battle you've chosen, huh?
No, that is
I remember when I moved in with my ex, like, when we were just dating, I was like, no, goes over.
We talked about it.
Yeah. I feel like it's a conversation
He's
people
like,
have.
I'm sure you have an opinion. I said, I really don't care about the toilet paper. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have already kind of gotten through some of the rough stuff, like
Oh, we've
living
gone
together,
through some
kids, and
ex-wives and
they
all of
can,
it.
They can pose problems.
Throwing everything at us when we work together and we live together.
Oh,
and so,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys still work together?
Yes.
Is that hard?
No.
No?
No. It's good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So you guys still feel like you have lots to talk about at the day. You probably have more to talk about because you work together.
Yeah. He's a talker and I'm a listener, even though I've been talking a lot. So yeah, it
He's
works.
he's the chatty Cathy of the team.
He is. And I'm just, okay. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
It
good.
is good.
So you're not talking and fighting over each other for...
No. And when I clam up, he knows something's wrong and he's like, what is it? I said, I'm just processing it. And he gives me time and then he keeps asking me because I'm not the type of person to share.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good.
So you guys are working through all those details of
We
how
are.
to deal with each other in the times of stress, anger, happiness.
Yes.
That's a
All of
lot.
it.
That's a lot. Well, thank you for talking to me. That's a
Yeah.
great story.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you were a great interviewee.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. You sound like you guys are. I feel like once you've already done it, you know what you want to do differently the next time. Don't you
Yeah.
feel like?
Yeah.
Like it sounds like you really worked on yourself and you knew like what you really were looking for.
I had a list.
Yeah. And how many of those things did he check off?
Everyone. I was
Really?
not going to settle. Hell
Good
yes.
for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
My friend did the same thing. She's like, I had a list, and he did 3 out of 4, and I'm like,
Oh.
well, I guess 3 out of 4 ain't bad, just like the song, but whatever. But awesome, good for you.
Thank you.
Yes.